Okay, so we're going to take care of formative 4 before we do formative 3. Just makes sense the way the tests are cut up, since there's two halves to the test. So here you go, vocab for formative 4. First term is congruent figures. This is a really short section, some really short stuff. First off, it's figures that are the same shape and same size. So that's kind of important. Again, notice congruent, we know that means equal, because from our other vocab, same shape and same size. The symbol you see here with the little tilde, that's what that squiggle is called, tilde above the equal sign, means A, B, and C is congruent to X, Y, Z. So notice the triangle symbol. Order matters here, folks. This is really important. Order matters. I'm going to write that in here. Order matters. Okay? It's really important. So, in other words, if I say to you, again, so A, B, C, X, Y, Z, that means A matches X, B matches Y, C matches Z. That's what that means. So again, angle A matches angle X. Angle B matches angle C. I said B. Angle C matches angle Z. And then finally, angle B matches angle Y. Notice the triple hash marks there. Because again, that is the order that I gave you here. A, X, B, Y, C, Z. That is very important. Three-dimensional figures can also be congruent. So in other words, they can be exact same shape, exact same size. That also means that sides also match up. So side AB, right, matches side XY. AB matches XY. So we'll give that a single arc mark, or a single hash mark. Side BC matches YZ. So BC matches YZ. We'll give those double hash marks. And finally, this one you got to kind of stretch around here. Side CA matches ZX. Notice CA, ZX. And we'll give those triple hash marks. So we all know what those hash marks and what they mean. So the expectation here, again, order matters, really does matter. Order matters. What you write here, right, over here rather, and here matches what you have over here. So similar figures, similar, not congruent, similar. Figures that are the same shape, but their sizes are different. Order again matters here. So order matters. Okay? Now, the angles still match up. That's the rule here. So when we say A matches X, B matches Y, C matches Z, I mean that. So A matches X, C matches Z, and again B matches Y. The difference is, oops, there we go. The difference is that, 1, 2, 3, there we go. The difference is the sides no longer are equal. Instead, they are proportional. So I'm going to do a simple example. If this is 10, this one's 5. If this one's 8, you'd expect this to be half, 4. And if this was 6, you'd expect this one to be 3. So that's the thing. And what we look at is the scale factor there. And we've talked about that before when we did one of our unit fraction fun. So in this case, the scale factor is 2 to 1, right? From here over to here, everything's halved. Or I guess if you want to write that way, I guess it's 1/2 if you do that, if you go from that direction. So again, similar figures. Corresponding parts. Again, angles that are congruent and similar angles that are congruent in similar figures and congruent figures. So corresponding angles are always going to match up. They're just like I showed you in the last two examples. Hopefully you're kind of tuned into that. So no matter what, whether it's similar or corresponding, the angles themselves are always equal, right? So the angles that match up A, B, C, X, Y, Z. In again, order matters. Corresponding sides. So in congruent figures, they're also congruent. In other words, they're equal. In similar figures, they are proportional, like I just talked about in the last slide. So that's kind of a clue to this part here, is those pictures from the last two and the things that I mentioned there. Three-dimensional figures can also have similarity. Solids have the same shape and all corresponding dimensions are proportional. So notice here again it's doubling, right? Times 2, 0.8 to 1.6, 2.4 to 4.8. We doubled everything. So we can have three-dimensional figure similarity as well. Now this Venn diagram, we talked about two concepts today. We talked about similar and congruent. Similar figures, this is important, you need this exact phrasing. Corresponding sides are proportional. And again, that means have the same scale factor. But at the very least, I need you to know corresponding sides are proportional in similar figures. In congruent figures, corresponding sides are congruent. So corresponding sides are equal, right? But in both of them, corresponding angles are congruent. Again, another word for congruent is equal. Congruent, right? R-U-E-N-T means equal. That's important. This Venn diagram appears on your quiz and on your test. Just memorize the thing. Make sure you keep track again. Similar, right? Proportional, congruent, right? Means congruent, corresponding or congruent. And then this goes in the middle. This part right here, it goes in the middle no matter what. Because I might switch it around. I might put congruent on this side, similar over here. So you got to make sure you take the right words or the right stuff.